Shalom, I'm going to start by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Wahavaka Kodash, double honors to the Apostle and Elders of Great Millstone for teaching us scriptures among other things, and salutations to Yahakim across the earth for doing his work in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. So, currently I'm on the island, the island of Curacao, and staying with my father. But, let me just read the scripture. It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and 1. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live long on the earth. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. So basically, honor your father and your mother. So this is a very important part of certain law. And sometimes hard, when you look, it's easy if you care, if you're older, you might have a daughter, you care more about your daughter than your son. You ain't supposed to, but that's human, that's human-like. But the thing is, with your parents, sometimes, you always need to be patient with them. The people here on the island, they basically like to kill animals, so it's like a small lizard was walking in the room, where I slept with my kid. And he was kind of nervous, he was like, yeah, I want to get it out. So my father already came with a broom to smack the hell out of it, the small lizard. But I just took his plastic cup and was like, yeah, you ain't gonna catch it, this and that. and I catch it and let it go outside. He was like, yeah, you shouldn't have killed it, because it could come back. But man, that's not in me. That's not how it's supposed to be. You ain't supposed to be killing animals for fun, But that's an island thing. But yeah, nevertheless, so he was reading, so today I found him reading in the book of Psalms. So already, tried to explain him concerning who we are, why we're in this situation, concerning slavery and stuff like that. And back then, didn't want to listen. And this time, he was reading the book of Psalms. I saw him sitting, he had this Bible, a Spanish Bible. Then I basically tried to explain him, let him read with me. This is what it says, I went to the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19 and 20, tried to explain him that this word is only for the children of Israel. And I also went into the book of Deuteronomy with him, concerning the blessings and the curses. But he, he's stubborn, man, hella stubborn. So what he said was like, so basically he started to bugging up. He's like, yeah, those are just stories, this and that, So I'm like, okay, you know what? I already told you in the beginning, you're already kind of bugging up. And now I told you again, much clearer basically. But yeah, you don't want to hear. Then you're gonna find out the hard way. I even told him, like, hey, when Yahushua is coming back, he who the world all knowing calls Jesus, it's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be like no other day on the earth, So he thinks very light. He was like, yeah, I don't think so. Nobody knows when Yahushua is coming back. He didn't say Yahushua, but he's like, nobody knows when Yahushua is coming back. And basically he said, like, yeah, why didn't God, this is what he said. He said, why didn't God just stop it all? Because God had the power to stop it all, but he had to put us in captivity. Why it's not beneficial to suffer, things like that, So at a certain point I already know, like, like the scripture said, don't cast no pearls before swine, So I already stopped, like, okay, man, you're on your own, I'm not I said that Not gonna bother me with that stuff, you know. So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, and verse 3. The ox knoweth his own owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know. My people do not consider. Yeah, they don't know. They don't consider. They don't want to know. Or they just want to continue in the la la land. Basically, a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backwards. That's true. They're going from worse to worse. Why should ye be stricken any more? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint. From the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises, and putrefying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. So it's also already stupid, you know, in general, like people. But nevertheless, they wanna, you know, continue in the stupidness. And if you tell them, they be like, no, man. They don't want to hear it. They simply don't want to hear it. And that's what the Most High, you know, I told him, like, hey, it's gonna be very soon. But don't think, you know, because he's, you know, he believes that Christian thing, you know, he thinks it's gonna be a joyful day. When Yahushua is coming back, I told him it's gonna be very dark. You know, you should read the book of Amos. Then he started like, yeah, those are just stories, this and that. You know, I'm like, okay, you know, I'm done. I got the blood off my hands, so you know, it's not my problem. Yeah, man. And let me see. I was thinking about the other scripture. Oh yeah, this one says good. Let me see the book of Romans. Yeah, with multiple scriptures. Yeah, I got just one. Let me read this. This is the book of Romans, chapter 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. So for us, this is the time to get back to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, while you still are able to move by yourself. Because before you know it, it's going to be done away with, you know. It's going to be done away with. So let me see, because I was actually thinking about another scripture, but then you know, the page is open on this. That was beautiful. So this is the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 7. What then? Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election had obtained, and the rest were blinded. And that's it. The rest were blinded. You know, don't start bothering yourself. And of course, you wanna explain your parents. You know, if I compare my parents together, I already see my mother. You know, of course, she's doing stupid stuff. Also, sometimes you buy stuff that you ain't supposed to buy. You know, eat stuff that you ain't supposed to eat. But nevertheless, if I tell her something, you take heed. You know, and that's not the case with my father. But yeah, let me see. He, you know, basically he don't want to listen. My mother hearkens, you know, she listened to my words. You know, she been through some stuff. I told her, like, okay, if you really wanna, you know, improve, go forward. You know, you gotta listen basically to what I tell you. Do what I tell you to do, and that's something that she did. You know. And let me see. I was thinking about the scripture. Let me see. Where is that? Let me see. Let me see where's the scripture again. Let me see. Let me see. I can't really find. Let me look for the scripture again. Yeah, because this was the first scripture that popped in my mind. But I was like, yeah, where was it again? But I found it. So this is the book of Matthew, chapter 9, verse 16. No man putteth a piece of new cloth unto an old garment, for that which is put in to fill it up taketh from the garment, and the rent is made worse. Neither do men put new wine into old bottles, and wine often goes back to the scriptures and also to philosophies, And in this case, it's the gospel, the new gospel, because it's a new gospel. Because people been stuck on stupid, it's Christianity nonsense, this church bullshit. So yeah, and then when you try to explain them, then it's a problem, So let me see. Book of Matthew chapter 9 verse 17. Neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottle break, and the wine runneth out, and the bottles perish. But they put new wine into new bottles, and both are preserved. Yeah, that's it. That's the case. And of course, everything is Yahweh Ratazah. Sometimes somebody who is underage, will get it. But in the case of my father, no, I don't see it happening, But it is what it is, So yeah, with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, by Sham Yahushai, Wara, Rakar, Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching the scriptures, among other things, and salutation to all your acting across the earth doing his work in sincerity and the truth. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom.